The day you give up could be a day you were that much closer to reaching success. So, I want to give out a little bit of a motivation video for the people that have been trying to make money online. You've been putting the action in, you've been spending the money on certain things or whatever it is, but you haven't gotten any results, or you haven't gotten results like you thought you were. Not like a lot of results. Okay. This is for you guys. Okay. And recently I've been getting calls and emails from people, quite a few people that are just about ready to give up, on this internet stuff. They say, Marissa, I've spent too many years trying to buy certain things and, do all this, and it just doesn't work. And, I'm doing all this. It just doesn't work. And I always wish I had something like crazy powerful to say to those people to like change their whole mindset around, and then they just, get off the phone and they're like, I forget about what I just said, I'm going to do this. And I realized that no matter what I say, I don't care if the president got in some of these people's faces and said, don't give up, they're going to give up. Some of them. Okay. All I can say is to not give up, and that's probably not what you want to hear. I don't know, but that's all I can say. That's what I've done. That's what you see big successful people do. I mean, if you look at their stories, really all it is them having a lot of dedication and never giving up on what they believed was going to happen for them. That's pretty much it. This is for the people who have been putting the action. This is not for everybody, because some of you guys are just plain lazy. You ain't getting results because you're not putting any action in. You're not doing what it takes to do anything. Okay, so this is not for everybody, but this is for the people that have been trying. Okay, because I've heard some crazy stories. I really have. To the point where some of them I'm just like, is that really true? But and it's hard sometimes for me to tell someone who's gone through a real rough time to be like, don't give up, keep spending your money and keep doing this and that, keep spending your time. It can be hard for me, and sometimes telling people something like that, and you can tell some people are just like, I don't know. But I want to show you a picture I came across, on Facebook a long time ago, and I ended up found it again, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Something that never got out of my mind, and I'm glad I found this picture again. That I hope it's really true today, and hope this can help you out here. Hang on. It's this picture right here. Okay, this may look kind of funny. It's kind of cartoony, but to me, this is super. It's just, God. When I look at it right now, it just reminds me of so. I mean, this is real. Like, this happens every single day. And you can see here, here's a guy who was digging or was in a mine for diamonds. And you see right here that he was really, really close to getting, just a few hacks away with his little tool to getting the diamonds. But he probably started thinking about how long he was digging for, how tired he was, how many cuts and bruises he had, from, digging. And all this stuff. How many people told him to not go into the mine, dig for diamonds? You're never gonna find them. 100 people have tried before you, and they just never found them. So you can't do it. He probably started thinking of that, or how many people told him, that it was unrealistic for him to do this. And thinking about how long he's been doing it for, and you see he's turned around, he's going home, and little did he know. His breakthrough was literally a few hacks away. And then you see this crazy guy looking, right? He looks kind of crazy. His face looks, like he's a little bit crazy. But this is the guy that, he doesn't really care what's in his way, how far the journey is. He's going to keep going. This is the guy that doesn't care what anybody says. This is the guy that doesn't care how long it took him to even get to this mine. This could have been someone, somewhere really far away. He had to travel really far to get to this mine, and he was going to keep digging to find these diamonds, and more than likely this is going to be probably the type of person that's going to end up getting the diamonds, right? And you're like, you get that all from a picture? Yeah. Yeah. Because you just see this in everyday life, and with a lot of people, this is how people are right here with their dreams, with their goals and dreams. These are the two types of people there are. Okay, especially when you try to make money online. This is it. You got the people that turn around too early a lot of the times and give up too early, and get the people that never quit. Okay. Which one are you going to beat? This, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but some of you guys may not, because you probably didn't see my real early videos, but when I came online to make money online, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. Like, I came online, found an opportunity. I didn't tell nobody because I just didn't want anybody to criticize me on what I was doing, because I knew they were going to. Because my parents, I remember, would always talk about how things are so scammy online. The media, anything the media says about the internet, more than half of it's negative. And then I have this really bad habit of speaking on things too premature. Like, I'll go to my friends or family and say, I'm going to do this tomorrow or do that, and I never end up doing it. I was tired of embarrassing myself and telling people what I was going to do, and then them asking me, did I do it? And I'm like, no. So I wanted to see if it was really going to work, right? I saw stuff online, or the opportunity I came across, it just seemed a lot different than everything else I had seen or heard of. And I went with it, and I said, this is going to work. The question was not necessarily if it was going to work. It was if I was going to actually stick with it long enough for me to see results. That's pretty much what it was. I stuck with it, and I started making very good, some pretty good consistent money, and everything was great. And then finally, yes, my parents did find out what I was doing, because I wasn't asking them for money, and I wasn't going to my offline job as much. So they were like, she's doing something, because I don't know. And I ended up telling them what I was doing, and they were just so shocked and kind of happy and surprised that, wow, you can actually really make money online. I thought everything online was a scam or a pyramid scheme, what everybody says. And, they were happy. And then I'll tell you what happened. Some of you guys don't know. A little bit after the summer last year, okay, after the summer, my income totally, dropped. I went from making, $350 to $400 a week to barely being able to make $25 or $50 a week, and that lasted for almost 2 months. And those 2 months felt like 10 years. It was just craziness. And what happened was, I didn't think about giving up, but my parents and everybody else around me were kind of like, well, maybe this stuff isn't as consistent as you thought it was going to be. Maybe this stuff only works up to a certain point and it levels out or it just dies out. It's just not consistent enough. You can't live a life with income like that, which is true. You can't really support yourself really well with an income that's going up and down like that. And it really wasn't going up and down like that, but it was the one time that everything just dropped, and I really have no clue why it happened. To this day, I don't know why. It was completely random. It was out of the blue. I was doing fine. I just came off a $500 day, and everything just stopped. I really don't know what happened. But it didn't. I didn't think about quitting. In fact, it made me just want to try even harder, just because I had people now saying, okay, maybe you should stop doing it, or maybe you can't do it. And when I get something set in my head, guys, I'm like a pit bull. All right, my dad always calls. He says, "Man, I can tell you what about Marissa. When she does get something set in her head, she's a pit bull. She never lets go." And that is true. And there's not very many things I believe in so hard like this. But when I do find whatever it is, a few things that I just completely believe in, I'm full force. That's what it is. And so I ended up, it just made me angry to the point where I used that anger to give me energy to keep making, to keep figuring out what it was that happened to my money. Of why did it stop? I can't let this stop. I can't let this be true. I can't let these people say it's not going to work, and then I'll let them get to me to the point where I give up on it. I cannot. And I'd be like, you guys don't know what you're talking about, man. They hadn't seen the proof I'd seen. They were witnessing someone make money online, but they hadn't done it themselves. You know what I want to do? Every time I get someone under me who I, try to, teach or whatever, or not teach, but, they're under me and I'm trying to help them get, money. All I want people to do is make their first sale. A lot of times, if I can get someone to make their first sale, that'll fuel them enough to where I don't have to call them ever again. I don't have to do it. They don't have to call me ever again, but I know they're going to keep going, because there's something about making your own money online by yourself without having, a boss tell you what to do like that. That is just, the feeling is just, I can't really even really describe it to you. And I was telling my parents, no, there's too much proof. I've done this before. I've seen too many people do it. Real proof, not fake crap like they used to do back in the day. Like real proof that you can really make money online, and a lot of money. There were times, and at first they were kind of like, well, you don't have to quit it. Just get a part-time job and then do it on the side. And I'm like, no, not even to that. I was like, no, I'm not doing anything to distract me from this stuff. And to a normal person, that sounds crazy. And you would think that's a good idea. Okay, well, yeah, it makes sense. Go get a part-time job and then do this on the side. That way, you have some kind of consistent income. But I wasn't having it, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything that's going to distract me from this stuff because I know what it's going to do. And it went from that to them being a little bit more aggressive, telling me, now you're really, I would tell them in the beginning, I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'm going to make a lot more money, don't worry, it's going to come back up. And it just wasn't happening. And they became angry at me and just thought, they thought I was like this guy, like, people probably think he's crazy, like, what are you doing? Don't you see how far you have to go, or, whatever. Any normal person would have been like, yeah, let me just get a job because this is not working. But I was like, you ain't gonna tell me that. No, sirree, no. I've been doing this thing for too long now, and I'd seen the results, so I know it can happen again, and I've seen too many other people do it. So I didn't give up. It just made me angry, and I just kept going. I kept, even with them every once in a while telling me, go get a job. It was anything I ever said. If I wanted to say, oh my God, it's a good sunny day, they would be like, oh, get a job. They'd make some weird joke about me doing what I was doing and, not making any money, and that I should get a job. It was a little bit hard. And, I just didn't give up, and I made some changes. I got into Empower Network because I realized, okay, passive income's great, but when you are on such a low level, and passive income is kind of like freelance work, you might get paid today, you might not, and it's not maybe the smartest thing to try to support yourself on, which is just passive income. So that's why it made me get into Empower Networks. I need some residual income, and that's why I understand I feel really stupid for not getting into Empower Network a long time ago. Started to make residual income there. And then my passive income started coming back up. I switched to Online Profit for Dummies. I changed the way my video marketing things were and strategy was, changed a few things, marketing, and just kept going. And now I'm making really good consistent income again. And I know I'm going to make a lot more of it. You can't tell me I'm not going to. That's what it is. And you have to have that mindset. If you don't, you're not going to get results. If you're someone who focuses on how much things are being too slow right now, like if you're like this guy who probably started thinking about how old he was, how long he'd been doing it for, how many people told him he wasn't going to be able to find those diamonds, and he should have listened to them because he really didn't find the diamonds, yet he didn't know they were right there, and how tired he was and how sore he was, or I don't know what whatever it was. If you linger on that kind of stuff for too long, yeah, you're probably going to end up quitting, and that's it. Okay, but if you're someone who says, I'm not there yet, so that's what this guy, that's what his attitude was. I'm not at the diamonds yet, but I'll get there. If you have that attitude, then your end result is usually you're going to get where you want to go. If you just say, well, I don't want to wait. I don't want to see how long it's going to take me. Go ahead, turn around. I really stopped. I stopped trying to come up with like some huge like one-hit line to some of these people to tell them to keep going, because like I said, I realize it doesn't matter really what I say. Sometimes people are there are going to be people that quit and give up, and I really can't do anything about it. You either are like this or you're not. You're like this. It's one of the two. There's really no in between. There's no, well, maybe no. You either are going to go for it 100% or you're going to go for it halfway until it goes down to 0% or negative 10,000%. You pick, okay? One only wins, and it's the people that give it their all, no matter, they give it their all the whole way, no matter how things get slow, or if they're making a lot of money and then it just dropped. I mean, you see some people, you see some of these business people that, you know, made a lot of money and then they go broke and then they do it again because they were, you know, they don't care. They'd had that success before and they were going to get it again. And you see it time and time. We see a lot of people that do that. Okay. So I was wondering, you know how many people and so many talented people we'll probably never hear of, that because they gave up so quick. You know how many people, probably musicians, actors, talented you know, athletes, or ideas, inventions, or businesses we'll probably never hear of because the people, you know, quit on them or let other people influence them to the point where it's like, okay, let me just shut these people up and just do what they're saying, which was talk me out of my dream. You know, people are like that. And how many people, you know, like they let their parents stand in their way of their dream and telling them what they're gonna do, and you know, and we'll never hear about them ever. For some of the most talented people, probably you'll never get to hear of. And you may think that's crazy, but if you think about how many people really give up in their lifetime, it's just, I'm sure there's a lot of people and a lot of things we will never see in our lifetime just because they fall off. They don't have that go at it full force, no matter what type of attitude. Something I just want you guys to think about. Okay, I don't have like this. Well, I hope this is powerful. You know, me telling you guys this. You know, if something's not working for you right now as far as marketing, if there's a program you're in that's not doing it, what? Go into something else. Switch it up. Switch your marketing strategies up. That's what I had to do with let's say you're doing product review videos and they're not working. You've been doing it for too long. Switch your videos up. That's what I had to do. I tried doing product review videos like everybody else did them. Just wasn't working for me. I had to do too many videos to get little results. And I switched up my product reviews the way I did them, and I don't have to work as hard as everybody else does. I don't put out as many videos as everybody else, and I still make some pretty good. I make product reviews like no one else really does. I focus on trying to be a little bit different, unique, if 10 people are doing something, I say, okay, maybe like in general I'll do what they do, but maybe mix it up, change it up. That's what you got to kind of do with internet marketing. You have to kind of stand out from the crowd in one way. That's what sucks about internet marketing, is because some people will call me or something and say, you know, well, I've been doing this, that, you know, and it's not working. I've listened to you, I've listened to this person and that person, it's just not working. And it's hard because just because something is working for someone doesn't mean if you do it, it's going to work for you. It's weird. I hate that it happens like that, but it's just true. You know, if that's the case, find something else to do. Find another way. Do whatever it takes to find, you know, that strategy that just is killer for you. I always say that marketing strategies and marketers are kind of like fingerprints. There's really no one of the same, okay? You're not gonna, everybody's doing something different. You can look at Online Profit for Dummies. Everybody's getting good results with Online Profit for Dummies. In general, we're all doing video marketing. But if you look at each person is kind of doing their videos maybe a little bit different from the rest, especially me. I know I do my videos a little bit different, okay? And everybody kind of has their own little twist and spin on things, and that's what you have to do. You got to make it your own, and you have to, you know, put more of yourself into things and not other people, okay? So that's all I'm going to say to you guys right now, is to never give up, do whatever it takes, and if you are either this guy or you are this guy, which one do you want to be? All right, bye.